All right, kids. Lesson 1-7. We are going to use statistics and to do calculations on some data that you're going to gather from the internet. I have gone to weather.com. I have typed in a city. The city that I'm going to analyze is Buenos Aires, Argentina. It's a city I grew up in, went to high school. I am very fond of this place. I want you to click on the 10-day summary. There is my 10-day summary. And the data is right here. I'm going to look at the next 10 days in December. What are temperatures in Buenos Aires? I'm going to take the maximums, not the minimums. Okay? Kind of wrote them down on a piece of paper. And then I came over to Desmos. Hello, technology. All right. We are going to calculate all our statistics inside of Desmos. The first thing that we started studying was mean, median, and mode. You see this little icon here? We want to be in our math, not our regular keyboard. So for example, if it says keyboard, just click on that, bring it up, and you want to come over here to where it says functions. Click on that. All right. We're not going to do trig. We're not going to do inverse. We want statistics. Look at all those statistics that we've talked about, many of these in class. I'm going to begin with mean. All right, when I click on it, I get mean, and now it says data. Start with a brace, we call that. That's or a bracket, I think. I forget what that's called. But anyways, it's not a parentheses. It's on your keyboard. It's right next to the P, I think. All right, and then I'm going to type in the data. And you're going to do it one by one. I have cleverly pasted it in there. There's all 10 days of my data. I'm going to close that out and then hit enter. Whoop. Close parentheses. And notice it tells me the average temperature in Buenos Aires over the next 10 days is going to be 83 degrees. Well, what's the median going to be? Well, again, go back to your functions. And let's pick median. Is it on there? I thought median was there. Huh. Oh, quartile. Actually, we can do it here. Remember, this is our second quartile. So I typed in quartile, and then I'm going to hit paste. Again, I copied it. I'm going to close this up. And now I'm going to type a 2 because I want the second quartile. Whoop, not 20. Boo. It's not giving me the second quartile. Oh, for example, requires 2 arguments. I got to type that in and then comma. I forgot a comma here. Okay, so 83.5 is my middle median value. Well, what about standard deviation? That's a lot of work, remember. Well, sure enough, go back to functions. Come down here. I think standard deviation is right there. There's 2 choices. Avoid this guy here, standard deviation. Again, start with a little bracket, paste it in there, close that up, and there's our standard deviation, okay? This statistic is not too useful unless you compare it to another city. For this exercise, we're only going to use one set of data, temperatures. When you do your project, you're going to be doing 2 different sets of data. All right, well, what about the graphs? What about the box plot? Well, if I go back to functions, note we have, after statistics, if I scroll down, something called visualizations. Sure enough, look at that. Histogram, box plot. We've even talked about dot plots. So a histogram. Again, come over here. It kind of tells you what it needs. First of all, the data set, and then your bin width. So I'm going to open that up, paste my data in, close it up, put a comma, and then I want to tell it the bin width. So in this case, I don't know, maybe 2. Let's try a bin width of 2. What else does it want? Yes, yes, yes. So I think I can hit return. Yes. Whoop. All right, now notice nothing happens here. And that's because I'm off the charts. If you come over and hit the plus sign, it zooms out. And now we can see, here I had 1 temperature. So this is with a bin width of 2, correct? Notice I have lots of bins. So I'm going to come back here, and I could even try a bin width of 3 and see if that gives me a better looking graph. And I actually like that a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 bars. That's adequate for shape. So notice I can see my data is skewed left. Oh, very good. Well, just like a histogram, you can type in a box plot. And I think it likes the word box plot, but again, it'll be under the functions menu there, if you forget, okay? I think I need to open parentheses. I need to open the bracket, and then I need to paste my data. And close that up. And close that. Now notice it has put it right on top. I don't like the fact that it's right on top. So if you come over here and notice it says something about a offset. If I improve the offset so that it's up and I improve that to 4, kind of puts it, it floats it above the line. And this is nice. So once you get to this spot, you're pretty much done. Zoom out so you get a good view of that. Make sure your data is all in there. Yeah. And I think we're kind of done. We should include a couple statements. So what I'd like you to do is take a picture of this. Yeah, take a screenshot. Print screen. I'm doing it from here to here. Yeah, something like that. Looks good. All right, and that's going to save it. And boom, and now I'm going to put this into a document, all right? So save it as a screenshot. Yeah, go ahead and replace the screenshot that I currently have. Open up a Google Docs, type that in, and then write a few sentences about your data. Which way is it skewed? Are there any outliers in your data? What is the range? That kind of thing, okay? And then submit that from your Google document, right? So go over to Google Docs, okay? Open up a new project, blank document, and then paste that image in here. Let's see if I can do this quickly. Upload from my computer. I want a screenshot. I think, no, let's see, open, is it that one? Nope, wrong one. Well, find your screenshot, get it in there, and then type a few sentences about your data. And then submit that. There's your assignment, all done. Okay? Mr. Larson, over and out.